Hi, and welcome to the dinner agenda. This is Bo.
And this is CeeLo.
Hello, CeeLo.
How
How
are
are
you?
you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm in a good mood because the sun is out, and I like it when the sun is out. It makes me feel good.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I feel the same when the sun is out. It's a beautiful day today for sure.
Hmm.
I wanted to mention something before we get started.
Yeah.
I think a few episodes ago, we talked about, because I follow, like, I get on these kicks of following things on Instagram, and then I get like obsessed with them. One of them was that useless farm that I had mentioned
Oh
before.
yes, with like Stanley and Robert. All the animals
Yeah,
have weird names, right? Yeah.
they do, and Karen, the emu who's always attacking the lady, and it's like it's
Shocker.
so flippin' cute. It's really, really funny, but I think I had said that you could go visit the farm, but, I was actually off on vacation last week. I just had some time off of work, both my husband and I, and we were gonna go, because we're, like, super fans of hers and her farm.
She's
It
hilarious.
turns out you
Yeah.
can't. She is funny,
Yeah.
and so are her animals. It turns out you can't actually go visit the farm, which I was so bummed about. They don't do like visits from people. They don't allow it. I
Uh,
think has something to do with their insurance, I think. So you couldn't we couldn't go. But so what we did instead was we supported them by buying a t-shirt for Dave with one of the alpacas, Michael, I think his name is, who she's always saying is lacking brain cells. Anyways, so I wanted to just mention that in case people were looking to go, or you can't, unfortunately, but they've got really funny merch, so you can still check them out on Instagram and follow it because it's still really funny. And I think she's on Facebook too.
okay, so that's
Yeah.
great. I love the idea that you can support what she's doing through purchasing some of
Hmm.
her merch, which is fun. I'm sure she needs that in order to keep those animals happy.
Oh yeah.
Next time you're off and out in the east, I want to say like near Port Hope or something. I can't even remember.
Okay.
Is a place called Haute Goat,
Yes,
Haute. We went
I've
there a couple
seen
of
that.
years ago, and it was so
Mhm.
much fun. You follow the goats around, you can pick them up, you go through the
Are you
little
kidding?
meadow. No, it was so fun. We went with the kids
Oh
little.
my gosh, why did I not do this while I was
You
off?
should have done it while
You
you're
are
off.
neglecting your duties to inform me,
You know what?
CeeLo,
We'll
a
go
very
back.
critical thing.
We'll go back with you,
Okay, let's
and
do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like they
Okay.
also had some alpacas or llamas and a couple of other animals, but it was mainly about the goats. And you
You know
go
what?
over by the fence and you
Mhm,
wait, and then they do this
mhm.
whole "Unleash the goats," and all these goats come running out, and you walk with them over to the meadow, and it was really
Oh
cute.
my
Kids
gosh.
loved it.
I wonder, when do the babies get born? Maybe we should do this once they have the little
The little
babies.
babies, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
babies are spring with the animals, right? So maybe we go
yeah,
in, like,
yeah.
June.
May, June? When do the babies
Well,
get born?
I don't know,
April?
spring-ish, like,
Okay,
I don't
we'll
know.
find out. Let's go,
We'll do,
let's
and
go. I wanna go.
we'll go.
Yeah, I wanna go.
Another, Instagram follow-up, we talked a little back, a couple episodes ago about your obsession with Nate the Hoof Guy, and we were
Yes.
watching basically cows get their nails trimmed.
Their hooves.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
know,
I
yeah,
know, it's
right?
crazy. I know, but I still love it. Yeah.
So we one of our listeners, Sarah the Smiling Sloth,
Oh, what a cool handle. Yeah.
recommended the Hoof GP on Instagram. And he is,
Ah.
I checked out the page. He is the self-proclaimed cattle hoof trimmer to the stars and professional nail technician to cows, which I thought was pretty funny. And he's got some pretty funny posts
That
on
is
there as well. So there's just one more
okay,
animal Instagram follow for you to have.
okay. I will check that one out for sure because, I know I'm totally into this hoof trimming thing, and I don't know why, but yeah. Okay, that's a good tip. I'm gonna check out the Hoof GP.
There you go. And, for
Okay.
all of our listeners out
Mhm.
there, we're also on Instagram as The Dinner Agenda, all one word. So check us out. We do posts regularly, and we'll let you know when the next episode is dropping.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So on that note, what is on the agenda today, Silo?
Okay, so I had a kind of funny moment this week. I was, visiting with a good friend of mine. We call it our beer night. We probably get together once
Mhm,
every 2 months. And it used to be we would go out and have beers, and then it was like we just go to someone's house and have a glass of wine or something like that. And so we
mhm.
did that earlier this week, and we literally spent 20 minutes comparing our Costco shopping list. And at the time, I was, like, totally into it. Like, I was like, "What good items do
Yeah.
you get? Sharing good items that I get." And then as I walked away, I thought, "Holy fuck, this is so lame. And how did we get to this? How did we get to be so old that sitting around having a glass of wine, but still sitting around and talking about what's on our Costco fucking shopping list
Like it's a
is like
serious
a
topic,
fun
right?
night out. That's my fun night out? When the fuck did that happen? I used to have fun nights out, you know what I'm saying?
I do. You used to definitely party for sure. And that's how you spent your Saturday night?
It was like a Thursday, but still that's not the
Thursday,
point.
still.
The
Okay.
point
So
is the
so
Costco
how
list.
does that lead itself to the agenda? What is the agenda topic
Well,
then?
because I wanted to talk about the fact that we're getting old, and I felt really old
Ah,
leaving there after talking about fucking Costco shopping lists for 20 minutes, how times have
so let
changed.
me tell yeah, times have changed. I'm gonna tell you something. I'll admit something here too. So, Costco lists for sure. I have a friend of mine, both of us are obsessed about laundry detergents and the sense of,
That
laundry detergents and fabric softeners and how good of a job they do. I have actually had hours worth of conversations with this friend about, "Oh my god, did you try the new thing that's out, Persil, blah, 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 blah. Try this one. Try that. Oh, if you combine this, detergent with this fabric softener, the scent is, like, outstanding, da, da." Oh, we go on, and, "How does this one clean for you? How does" literally. So you're talking about Costco. I hear you.
I felt
I'm
like
in the same
mine
fucking boat.
yeah, my story was bad, but also that sounds like you're already retired. Like, that is a retirement story there. Combining different laundry soaps for different scents. Oh my but you know what you do? Your clothes always do smell good. I have to give you
Do they?
that.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. See, it helps to talk about these things. But it's funny that you say that because there are moments where I sit there and I say to myself too, like, I can't believe how intent these conversations are and how long they are about flipping laundry detergent and laundry and all that stuff. And I would never in the past talk about this shit ever.
No, I wouldn't have talked about it. But you know what? I
No.
do spend
So I'm with
at
you.
least an entire day of my weekend doing laundry. So,
Hmm.
it makes sense that we would talk about it.
Hmm.
Um, but
Yeah.
we're gonna chat about fuck, we feel so old, but also later in this episode, a real special treat. Okay, are you ready for it?
What?
We're gonna
Tell me.
get quizzed on some Gen Z acronyms, and we'll see how our old Gen X asses do. So my daughter's gonna come
Are
on.
you kidding?
She's
I'm
got
gonna
a
fail.
list.
Oh,
She's
great.
got a list,
Oh,
and she's gonna
great.
test us
Okay,
on it and
good.
see how we do. So, yeah,
Okay.
stay tuned on
I
that.
will tell you right now, I will fail miserably, but I'm up for the challenge.
Well, I think it'll be funny. I do find when they respond to me on text, they'll put an acronym in there. I'm like, "What the fuck does that mean?" And I'll have to look it up on Urban Dictionary, but yeah, I know a few of them, but
Yeah,
I feel like I probably just because they live in my house, I'll probably do a little better than you, but I'm still not
maybe.
gonna do very
Okay.
well.
Let's test this out. Let's test this out. The other day, speaking of which, the other day, my husband he had responded on text to me with IKR. And I was sitting there looking at this and I'm like, what the shit? What the shit? And then I went back to him and I said, what the shit is this? What's IKR? And he's like, I know, right? Like, that's what it means. I was like, okay, so you know what? I'm telling you right now, I'm going to fail this. No problem.
Yes.
Test me out. Let's see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I have, talking about feeling old.
Yeah.
About 20 years ago, I got laser eye surgery because
Yeah,
to see
yeah.
for distance, right? And it was yeah, it was perfect, and, I had 20/20 vision, it was awesome, I absolutely loved it, but just recently so that was 20 years ago, so just recently, I was having an eye checkup, and I do need a little bit of a prescription now to see far, so my eyesight is changing because I'm getting older, right?
Uh-huh.
And I guess these things don't last forever. So I'm like, okay, great. And it kind of started with the whole I don't like driving at night anymore. I don't know how you feel, but I'm not as comfortable driving at night anymore. And part of that was, I guess, because I was having just a slight little blurry vision.
Right.
And so the eye doctor was like, "Well, this new prescription will help you. You can just wear them at night when you're driving." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Okay, that's great." Um, so she prescribes the prescription, and I go and I get some new eyeglasses, and I get these fun, funky little Tiffany eyeglasses because I haven't worn eyeglasses in 20 years, and I'm so excited to get this stylish little pair of glasses. Well, it has a metal arm,
Okay.
and I didn't realize I'm allergic to metal. And so the frickin' eyeglasses were eating the skin at my temples.
Oh, like
Like, it
making a
was just, like,
rash all there.
eating. Yes. I could not frickin' believe it, so I ended up having to go back, and I had to beg and plead with them, like, "I'm sorry, guys, I gotta change these out. I can't wear them," right?
Oh, shit.
Um, Apparently there's some kind of little silicone they can put on it, but of course they don't offer it anymore, or it's not for sale anymore. So my only other option was to get a new pair of glasses, and so I think they switched them out for about $50, which was great,
Oh, that's
because
good.
these things are expensive, right? Like, eyeglasses are like 400 bucks
Yep.
plus.
Uh-huh.
So,
I know 'cause
yeah, there's your I feel old story from
I
me.
have to buy a new pair of glasses for my daughter every few months because, basketball. Um, yeah,
Mhm,
I did the LASIK as well. It was actually my push present after my 2nd kid was born, and it was great. Like, I had been wearing glasses since grade 5, and so being corrected for distance was like it felt like a miracle. I felt like it was so awesome, but they did say you'll likely require
mhm,
readers, sooner rather
mhm.
than later. So I do. I've been using readers now. I've got, I don't know, 8,000 pairs all around the house. And I buy those at Costco. They have a 3-pack of readers and I get all different kinds all the time and I just have them everywhere. So, yeah, I guess that's the first
Yeah,
one of
okay,
the
so we're
first
doing it
things.
right now.
The first
We're
thing.
talking about we're talking about your Costco purchase. We're doing it.
What do you mean we're doing it? What are you talking about?
You just finished saying that you
Oh,
talked for how
okay. I
long with
see what you're
somebody about your
saying.
cost, and we're just doing.
You wanna know what else I bought? No, I'm kidding. But I do, I buy them
Tell
well,
me.
because I like having them all over, and so getting a 3-pack.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
off.
But if you ever want tips on laundry detergent and
Yeah,
what you can buy at Costco,
yeah.
I'm your girl. Okay.
We could start a whole new podcast talking about what we buy at Costco and how you scent your
Absolutely.
laundry.
Okay, I've got a question for you
Yes,
then, if we're talking about I feel old.
yes.
Are you in menopause yet?
Oh, really? I have a funny story about that actually because I was at the doctor,
Do you?
like, friggin' last week,
Oh,
and she says to me,
okay.
"Are you in menopause?" And I'm like, "Um" I don't know. Like, how am I even supposed to know that? Aren't you supposed to know that? Like, isn't she supposed to
We had
tell me I'm in menopause? And
CeeLo?
yeah,
Really?
yeah. And so then I said to her, I'm
Okay.
like, I haven't really had any symptoms per se. Like, I feel like I've had a couple flashers here and there, and, but I had an IUD
Well,
put
are you
in.
getting your period?
No, because I had an IUD put in.
Mm.
So,
Okay, that's
like,
why. Okay, okay, got it now.
5 years ago, I would say, um I was having a lot of trouble with my period. The period was fine. It was just the amount of, bleeding that was a concern. So they did an ultrasound and they said, "Oh,
Mhm.
I have this adenomyosis something or other," which is the tissue's not growing normally. It grows, into the
Oh.
muscular wall of the uterus instead of staying where it's supposed to. Whatever. Side story on that, but the options for me were either to get a hysterectomy or try an IUD and see if that
Oh,
works.
geez.
And so I did the IUD and it's been great. I haven't had my period. I haven't, I've been coasting. I've been totally coasting. But now I'm at the point where I
Wow.
think it's supposed to come out. And that's I think why she was asking me like, "Are you in menopause?" And I'm like, can we do blood work to figure that shit out?" So yeah, we did some blood work, so I'll get those results back. But I haven't honestly had a lot like I haven't had emotional. this typical symptoms of perimenopause or menopause where, emotional raginess or hot flat, like little
Yeah.
bits here and there, but nothing to be able to say definitively I fit into some box.
Oh, that's interesting. I
Yeah.
wonder what would happen when you get your IUD out, because obviously it's a hormonal one, right? That there
Yeah.
it's one that, because there's ones that you can get that are not hormonal. They're just for preventing pregnancy, I think.
Right.
I think the
I
hormonal
don't
ones
need
do as
that
well,
one.
but
I
the
don't
hormonal ones,
I don't need the pregnancy. I'm just saying.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
That's good to
Yeah.
know. I'm sure Mel's gonna be happy to hear that too. Um, but I'm curious to see once you get it out, whether or not you
Yeah, well,
actually will
I
go
think
into
she
menopause
does
or
the
not.
blood work to show the blood work will show whether or not I'm actually in menopause or not, and then I guess we'll decide on what's happening
Okay.
with the IUD, but yeah. So, yeah,
Okay.
kind of
Okay.
interesting that you asked me that and the doctor asked me that,
Mhm.
like, literally last week.
That's interesting. So I'm in menopause already. Like, I know, like, we're a year apart, you and I, right? But I've been in menopause for 3 years now, I think. And
So
the
that
bizarre
means,
thing is,
like, the definition of menopause is you've gone without your period for
okay,
12 months.
that's right.
Okay, so
That's
that
right.
happened
Yeah,
3 years
yeah.
ago. Okay, okay.
Yeah, it did. But here's the thing. So I had gone for 1 whole year without having my period.
Yeah,
And so my doctor said, okay, you're in menopause now. And then COVID hit, and I got the very first AstraZeneca shot,
yeah,
like
yeah.
the first vaccine that they had. And I got that vaccine. And 2 weeks later, I got a period for the first time after not having one for a year. And so I went back to my doctor and I said,
What the
is this
fuck?
of concern?
Yeah.
Right. And she said to me, no. She said, it has been shown that that could be a potential common side effect for that particular vaccine because it affects your reproductive area. Like it has something to do with that. So
Interesting.
that could be why your period started again after a year. But then she says to me, now you have to count for a year again to
Right.
be considered a menopause. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. But anyways, I never got a period after that. That was the first one. So I think about what, 3 years ago, but now technically on paper, I've been in menopause for 2 years now because of that blip. But I did hormone replacement therapy because I was suffering from hot flashes really
Okay,
badly.
wait, before you do that, I wanna talk about the COVID thing because you're like the second person that I
Oh,
know that has said the exact same thing, that they had heard like, a lot of women were
really?
affected by that. Yeah, getting their periods when they hadn't gotten them for a while and then
Uh-huh.
getting them after their COVID vax, which is kind of interesting to me. I'm like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
I feel like I wanna dig into the science of it, but
Well, you know what? I'm wondering if we should actually do an episode on the vaccine because I've got some stories. I've got some stories. So maybe we do an episode on
yeah,
the vaccine.
yeah.
Let's mark that one down.
Okay, mark it
Yeah.
down. Jot
Yeah.
that down.
Okay.
Jot that down.
So I marked it down. That'll be another agenda topic. And maybe I'll get my husband to come in and talk on that one too, because he's had some pretty serious side effects from the
Oh,
vaccine. So
shit.
it would be interesting to chat.
Mm.
Hmm. Okay.
So
So yes, I
perimenopause is the years
oh
leading
yeah.
up to
Hmm.
menopause, and that's where you get those typical symptoms like hot flash, moodiness, weight gain, etcetera. So when you started perimenopause, that's when you started hormone replacement therapy?
No, no, I didn't. So when I was in perimenopause, what I noticed was my anxiety was like through the roof, right? Like I was having like lots of I was anxious a lot. I was having some panic attacks. I was, it was like unmanageable almost. So I had gone on my doctor had put me on an antidepressant that is known to help with hot flashes. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but some antidepressants actually help with hot flashes. So she put me on that.
Uh,
And that was great. That helped a lot. And the trouble sleeping during perimenopause, it was for some reason my quality of sleep really just
yeah.
started to deteriorate. Like I would fall asleep okay, but then I'm up at 3 o'clock, in the morning and I can't get back to sleep again. that was happening. So she said, "Okay, so try melatonin, like a long-lasting, what's it called? A time lapse kind
Okay.
of, melatonin. Try that before bed and
Time
see if that
release,
helps."
not time lapse, time release.
Time release. That's Listen, I'm old. I can't remember the names of shit anymore, so go fuck yourself. You knew what I was
I knew
saying. It's a
exactly what
time
you meant.
release.
It's fine. It's fine. Interesting. Are you still on
Yeah.
that stuff now that you went
So
into menopause, though? Or you stopped taking it?
no, so I still take melatonin sometimes. I still have crappy sleep. Like, I fall asleep relatively okay, but I am still like the 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning, and I'm like wide eyed, like, oh, la, 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 you know?
Yeah.
So my sleep has definitely been affected. My anxiety levels are definitely lower, but once I actually went on to like actually went into menopause,
Uh-huh.
the hot flashes started to get worse, like really bad. And that's when I went on to hormone replacement therapy. And I was really nervous
Ah.
about that,
Yeah.
doing it, because you hear all these, like, bad things about it causing cancer and all that stuff, but the interesting thing is my doctor had said that the research out there now is that if you start hormone replacement therapy, you can now start it in perimenopause, but and if you don't, at the very beginning of menopause, like the first, year to 1 year to 5 years, the first 1 to 5 years of going into menopause, if you start hormone replacement therapy, it's shown to be actually quite safe. Um, and so I gave
Yeah.
it a shot, and
Yeah.
oh my god, it was beautiful.
Yeah. I was
So
listening
mhm.
to, the Jan Arden podcast, and
Okay.
like,
I
she's
love her.
I know,
I
I
love
love
Jan
her
Arden.
too, she's hilarious, and she does it
Yeah.
with, 2 other women. It's actually a pretty funny podcast, and they kinda cover all sorts of things as well, but she was talking, not too long ago on an episode about hormone replacement therapy, and I thought, "Oh my god, if I ever need to
Mm.
get there, I'll need to remember that," and I
Mhm.
never really needed it, and then I'm thinking back, like, I don't remember my mom going through anything where it was, where we talked about her, like, having hot flashes or any of those, like, crazy symptoms and stuff, and my doctor said, she's like, "Yeah, some
Mhm.
people get it, like, it really impacts their day to day, and some people not so much," and, so I guess I got
Mhm.
lucky with that one.
Absolutely, and it's funny because if your mom wasn't, so affected, it's not surprising that maybe you weren't. My mom was. Looks like I'm taking
Same.
after her completely, you know?
Yeah.
Also, I found, like, the amount of sweating as well increased drastically. Like, if I have a glass of wine now, I start to sweat, like a red wine specifically, I
Yeah.
start to sweat. Like, I start to get, like, from my head, you know what I mean? Like, it's, bizarre. It's bizarre what actually happens, but yeah.
The only thing that happens to me when I have, a glass of wine is that I want another glass of wine.
And that is not menopause
That's not
related.
menopause related, that's parenting related. No, I'm kidding. I love my children. Um, okay, so the menopause thing, for sure. There's other
Yeah.
aspects of, of getting older. We're aging gracefully, but
Mhm.
I saw this,
Yeah.
little meme or whatever on Instagram, and it was like, "How is it that I can basically belt out an entire song from the '80s, all the
Mm.
lyrics
Yeah.
in my brain, start to finish, and I can't remember what I went into the kitchen for?" How is that? Like, why does that have to be like that? I don't understand.
I I hear
Are
you.
you
I hear
are
you.
you getting
It's
do you think you're
a
more
little.
forgetful?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Mhm. I find what's happening with me, and I don't know, age related, stress related, I'm not quite sure, but I'm forgetting words now. Like, not like Alzheimer's, you know what I mean? Or dementia.
Right.
Like, it's, like, knock on wood, I hope not, but it's like, I'm trying to tell a story to somebody and I'm forgetting the word of, like, the other day I was trying to say to my husband, we need to replace the that thing that's the thing that's on top of the cupboards in the kitchen. He's like, "The countertop?" I'm like, "That." So, like, it's just I
Yeah.
struggle sometimes, and it's just I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I really feel it. I feel it for sure.
Same. I
Mhm.
feel like that, that happens to me as well, and it's like the most basic of words, like, I'll be trying to think of, like,
Yes.
laundry or school bus or some like, just basic stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
um, I know someone that does, a daily, like, prevent Alzheimer's kind of, like, puzzle to get the brain going and stuff, and I'm like, "Maybe we should start
Mhm.
doing that." Yeah, so I think that was kind of funny,
Maybe
and
we
then
should.
we'll start off every podcast with a little brain teaser to get everyone's brain going in the right direction. Um,
Don't become like Bo and CeeLo. Do your brain homework.
brain work. What about, like, your general bones and achiness? I find that if I've been sitting for too long and I go to get up, it's like an old car, you know? I need, like, a couple minutes warm-up time before I'm
Yeah.
at my regular walking cadence. Once I'm going, I'm fine. But damn, if I've been sitting for a little
Yeah.
while,
Yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah.
so bad.
Same, same. You know what I liken it to if you remember seeing Bambi, Walt Disney's Bambi, the cartoon. Remember when Bambi was first born and then
Like,
Bambi
all
has to
splayed
stand
out.
up
Yeah, yeah.
and so yeah, and he's all wobbly. That's exactly how I feel if I've been sitting for too long, and that's probably exactly how I look once I start to get up and try to walk a little bit, you know what I mean?
I feel
And
like
then you're right, once you get going,
yeah,
it's fine.
once you get going, you're fine. I feel like if I'm a restaurant sitting in and then I get up to go use the loo or something, I'll stand up from the table,
Yeah.
and I think if somebody was looking over at me like, "Did that lady just shit her pants? Like, why can't she stand up straight? Why is she moving like that?" But then, like, halfway to the loo, I'm walking like a normal person. Yeah.
I know. Okay, I have something funny to tell you. It was probably about 6 months ago. A friend and I had gone to see the symphony, okay, in the city.
Nice.
So we went down and we went for dinner first, and then we went and we saw the symphony, and it was beautiful. It was Vivaldi's Four Seasons, and it was gorgeous and stunning, and we loved it. And after the show, we said, "Hey, let's go grab a coffee and maybe like a dessert or something." And so we're walking, kind of like in the downtown core there, and there's this place, that says, it's got like this board outside that says, you know, I don't know, homemade cheesecake. I don't know, something stupid like that. Anyway, so we go in there. It turned out it was a flippin' bar, like a bar, right? Like just they had food, but it was like a bar. CeeLo, it brought me right back to when I was in my 20s, where it's like you'd walk in, it was like dark, it smelled like beer, there were young people playing pool, like guys like, getting rowdy and like everybody was young. And I'm standing there and I turned to my friend and I said, I am so fucking over this. I do not want to do this. Like I just
Yeah.
no interest in going into
Yeah.
these pubs anymore at frickin' all. I'm just like, "Can't you just give me someplace quiet
Yeah.
so I can have a cup of
I
tea?"
don't mind some music in the background, but it's like when we've gotten together for our actual dinner agenda,
Mhm.
and we go to a restaurant and we're like, "We can't go back there because the music was too friggin' loud." Like, how old are we? So bad.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Yeah,
it just
it's
feel like
true.
it feels
That
like
one
it just
particular
happened,
restaurant.
like something
Yeah.
like somebody turned a page and now all of a sudden I'm like, "Wait, what? When did that page get
Mhm.
turned? How did
Mhm.
everything change so quickly?"
It's true. It's
Sad.
true, and here's another thing that I find I'm also doing right now. So, um, I have no desire to really get dolled up anymore, and I my feet hurt if I don't wear my orthotics. Like, they really hurt if I don't wear
That's like the
so, it's
definition of
kind
old
of like
lady.
I don't remember the last time I put on heels. I really don't. And I'm at that point right now where it's like, if my orthotics don't fit in them, I ain't wearing them. And I don't care if I'm going to a wedding. I don't care where the fuck I'm going. If my orthotics aren't in the shoe, I'm not wearing them. Like, I I literally buy these, like, black Skechers shoes, that don't look too like, they're kind of like runners, but they're not like totally running shoes because they fit the orthotics really nicely, and I wear those everywhere, and I just don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah.
I really don't. I wear them to work. I wear them to events. I don't care. I don't
Yes.
care.
Well, I think that's kind of curious because I don't remember ever getting dolled up. Okay, for my wedding, I was dolled up. I had makeup on,
Oh, yeah, you were beautiful at your
right?
wedding.
And
Yeah.
heels?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not even in my repertoire.
Yeah.
And I love wearing I'm like a blazer, jeans, and sneakers kinda girl. You know what I mean? So, it's definitely
Yeah. I
comfortable
yeah.
shoes. I haven't graduated to orthotics yet, but I feel like that
Oh,
could
girl,
be on
you
the
need them.
horizon. Definitely on the
Yeah.
horizon, yeah.
Well, didn't you have plantar fasciitis at one point?
Oh
So,
god,
I'm
yeah.
surprised you don't have orthotics or you weren't prescribed them.
I had oh, so bad. I had orthotics at that time, um, and then
Mhm.
there were things that the doctor had said to me that I've been trying I try to be careful to do, so if you're never ever go barefoot, which sucks because I prefer being barefoot,
Mhm.
but so I have, like, a good old
Mhm.
lesbian pair of Birkenstocks, as my slippers, my indoor slippers, so I use those all the time.
Yeah.
And I try,
Yeah.
I don't buy crummy shoes like plasticky flip-flops or, stuff like that that I just don't wear any of that
Yeah.
kind of stuff anymore. I invest
Yeah.
in a good old lady
Yeah.
shoe, but so I haven't had orthotics since that
So
time,
let
but
me
what?
well, let me ask you then, if you're invited to a wedding, right? Like, because I'm just choosing wedding because that's like a more dressier type event, right? So, if you're invited to a wedding, what shoes do you wear?
Well, I have a pair of black leather loafers, my Francos, I call them. I think it's Franco Sarco
Okay.
is like they're flat,
Okay.
right? I don't wear heels anyway because I
Mhm.
can rock an awesome
Mhm.
pantsuit. I don't feel obligated to wear a
Yeah.
dress. I
Okay.
haven't worn a dress since, like prom and wedding, and that's it. I don't yeah.
Um,
So I don't
since your wedding.
right?
That's actually not true. I've seen you no, that's actually not true. I have seen you oh, no, maybe it was before you were married.
Yeah,
You had this really
that little
cute
black
black
one.
dress
I
that had
know.
these, like, white little people on it.
Was it people
Yeah.
or I feel oh, yeah, it was a little, like, stick people or something.
Stick people?
Yeah. But you know
Yeah,
what?
it was such a pretty
I
dress.
used
Yeah,
to wear
yeah.
that with my Doc Martens sandals. That's how old that fucking was.
Okay.
'Kay?
All right, I get you, and, it's funny because I don't wear dresses anymore either. I don't wear skirts. I'm always like, pants, like dress pants, pants, whatever,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a huge collection right now of yoga pants, and I tend to wear them on the regular, and I've even worn them to work, right? I
Wow.
just put a nice blouse on top, and
What
it's
kind of
like,
fucking
you
yoga
can't
pants
really
are
tell,
they?
you can't really
Where'd you get them?
they're nice yoga pants. Well, I'll tell you. It's at a plus size store. It's one of the only plus size stores. Well, there's a few, but my favorites are from Additional, which is no
I was
longer
gonna say that
kind
even
of
doesn't exist anymore.
yeah, yeah. Those were where my favorite ones are from. And now I just kind of get them either from Pennington's or wherever,
Yeah.
right? So
I have to
um
say
Jockey has some too, but they're too casual.
they're more like weekend track pants. I have a pair of,
Yeah.
I would call them track pants, but I guess they're more like yoga pants, but they're from Reitman's. They're part of the Haiba collection, and they were called,
Hmm.
urban joggers or something like that. So they're kind of slim fitted,
Hmm.
straight legged, and I'm sure if I put a shirt on top of those, I could get away with it. But
Yeah.
I don't mind
Yeah.
a good comfy jean. I don't mind dress pants,
Oh.
but I'm wearing it with cool
Dress pants are
sneakers.
fine too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, dress pants are cool too, but I mean, I'm just all about comfort right now. I'm not interested in dressing up. A friend had booked a group of us tickets. It was an event called Tony and Tina's Wedding. and it's kind of like a mock wedding. It's a show, it's like a dinner show. So you go to this event,
Yeah.
right? You buy these tickets, you go to this event, you walk in, it's in a hall, and it looks exactly like a wedding, right? Like exactly. And on the tickets, it says, dress as you would if you were going to a real wedding. Like they wanted you to come dressed up, right? And, so you get in there and they have, like, the reception line where, the bride and groom are greeting everybody
Oh my
like a real
god.
wedding. Yeah, and then you go in and you sit down. It's tables of 10. They have, centerpieces. I'm telling you, it's like a real wedding. And the actors come around while, just before the food is being served, and they're kind of, talking to the folks in
I
the
feel
room
like
as
I
if they
went how
like, they're walking
how long
up to you.
ago was this that you went?
This was, I wanna say, last month. I went
Oh,
last month.
shit. I feel like I went to this, like, 20 years ago or something.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe. So, I mean, because they do this
Yeah,
quite
yeah,
frequently,
yeah.
but, when it got to the part about, dressing up, I was like, "Oh, fuck no. I don't wanna do that. I don't wanna dress up." So, I did end up going dress pants, a really nice blouse. I wore my black Skechers with my orthotics. I put a nice pair of earrings on. I did my hair and my makeup, da, da, da. That was as far as I went. My one girlfriend, I mean, she loves to get dolled up. She looked gorgeous. She had this beautiful dress on. I was just like, I can't do that anymore. I just can't.
That's
I just
okay.
can't."
You were the postmenopausal aunt of Tony and Tina for that, and that works. Like, whatever works
Yeah,
for you,
that's
you know what
right.
I'm saying?
So I I agree. At this point, it's like you get to that point where you're like, I just don't fucking care anymore.
Yeah,
Like I just don't care. Not that you don't care about how you look, but you don't care about, like, you're really kind of conscious about your comfort level.
yeah,
Like I don't want to be in a pair of heels that, I'm gonna like are gonna kill me after the first hour. It's like it's just,
forget it.
doesn't make sense for me
Yeah.
anymore.
I feel like
But let me ask
that's
you.
a pro. We've talked a lot about all the cons of getting
Yeah.
older. That is definitely a pro, where you're
Yeah.
like, "You know what? Now I can just
Agreed.
go exactly how as I wanna feel and fit and go."
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So let me ask you about hair. Um, During COVID, there was that huge trend of letting your hair go gray, right? Like women were not, because you
Yes.
couldn't really get to the salon, right? Um, you don't color your hair at all. You never have, but you've got very light hair anyways. You were always blonde.
Yeah.
So,
I've never other than, like, I don't know, remember when the Body Shop first started and they had those henna packages? I think I did 1 or 2 of those, which washed out
yes.
within 3 washes or something. I've never permanently colored my hair, and it's
Yeah.
definitely getting I have,
Yeah.
like, the peaks, what are they called, at your temples? Those are definitely gray. If my hair is pulled back,
Yeah.
you can really see it, but when it's down, less so.
You can't.
Yeah.
And also your hair is very light, CeeLo,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's like when I see, like, if you point it out, yeah, okay, I see the gray, but if you don't point it out, it actually just blends right in with your natural blonde hair,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
that's what it looks like to me, but I've got dark hair, like, I've got dark brown hair, and so you see the gray on me, and, it's not full, like, my head is not fully gray yet,
yeah.
but it's definitely noticeably gray, right?
Mhm.
And during COVID, yeah, we couldn't, get to the salon, so I was just kinda letting it go out, and I thought, maybe I'll just stop coloring it. Maybe I'll give that a shot. And I did that maybe for, I don't know, a little while. I still had some dark color at the ends, and so it was not looking all that great, but you know what? I ended up coloring it again. First, it just, for me, it really felt like it aged me even more. It just made me look even older than I
Yeah.
was. So I kind of went back and I started coloring it again. So
Like, if
we'll
somebody
see.
didn't notice that you had in orthotics with your Skechers and your yoga pants, they would for sure notice the fact that you were fucking gray.
Listen, shut the fuck up. I don't care. I'm telling you. Honestly, I just, there are these moments I have to say, just walking into that bar, CeeLo, oh my God, and just smelling the beer kegs and making me feel like, oh my God, that was what it was like when I was in my 20s and 30s. And I'm just so not interested anymore.
No.
I want to get home. It's 10 o'clock. It's time for bed.
Oh,
I need
yeah.
to read my book and go to bed. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's come to.
Yeah. Take your
Um, I don't
melatonin.
even know how to use my iPhone properly. Yeah, with the melatonin. I don't even know how to use my iPhone properly. There are times you are much better at that stuff than I am. I know that there are times where I've messaged you and I'm like, "How the hell did you get that little emoji thing to do that little dance thing?" And
Right?
yeah,
I I do love
yeah,
that shit. Like, I can't wait for the next iOS version comes out in September. I always pre-read what's getting released
mhm,
and what all the cool new features are. I love that stuff anyway, like, that's always been me, but I do find that the kids are starting to surpass. Like, there's certain things that they'll tell me about, and I'm like, "What?" And that is for the first time ever. Usually, I'm
yeah,
on the leading edge of that, and now they're definitely
yeah,
getting there, but
yeah.
I feel like every time
Well,
we have a family event, the seniors that are there will be walking around kind of flashing their phone at me like, "Hey, when you get a sec, can you come and help me? I don't understand something." And I'll have to help them navigate their phone in some way.
okay, so I also know that you guys are still like, mind you, you've got younger kids. So you're probably more into the music at this point, right?
Yeah,
So Dave and I don't have kids. And so when my niece was young, I was still up into all the music because anytime she was over or I was over at her place or, we're driving in the car, it was, certain stations had to be on and, so you get to know the songs and all that stuff.
yeah.
I couldn't fucking tell you what was out now to save my life. I really
Yeah,
couldn't, because 'cause I'm always listening to the '80s stuff on the radio, right?
yeah.
'80s and '90s. I don't know what's out, what's popular, but you probably
I
do, but
was well, no, because the stuff my kids listen to, I'm not that interested in, but I always listen to, like, Chum FM. I always listen to, like, pop whatever. So I knew
yeah.
when, like, Pink had a new
Mhm,
song out or something. Like, I'm not into the hip what's happening with my young kids'
mhm,
music, but felt like a little bit in the know. But lately,
mhm,
I mean, I have a short drive to work, so it's not like I have a ton of time, and lately I've been listening to
mhm.
podcasts in the car, so I feel like if I turned on the radio now, I would be
Me
like,
too.
"Oh my god, so and so has a new song," and I had no
Me too.
idea.
Yeah,
Or I learn about it through
yeah,
social media, which is why, the Beyoncé
yeah.
song, the Texas Hold'em song that she's got, I knew about that through social media, not from hearing it on the radio. This ain't Texas.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one too. That's exactly.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Just sidetracking for a second. What do you think about Beyoncé doing country now?
I think anyone should be able to do whatever the fuck they wanna do, and it's very catchy.
Okay, there you
I'm
go.
not a huge country music fan,
Yeah,
but,
okay.
like, when Beyoncé does country music, then
No, me neither.
I'm all of a sudden a fan, you know? We should do the dance.
Ah, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the two-step or whatever it
I don't
is?
know, there's some dance associated with it. I was laughing with one of the girls at work
Yeah,
because she's got this whole routine and she's showing me on Instagram the different, dance move routines to go along with the Beyoncé song, and,
mhm,
like, later that night, I'm scrolling
mhm.
on the Instagram, and, of course, the choreo that comes up to the song on my feed is from, like, Gay Boy Cruises, and it's this guy who's in, like, a
Ah,
sequin tank top and sequin kind of flared pants, and he's in the middle of the hall doing the whole choreo, and I was just fucking laughing my ass off. So funny.
that's awesome.
Anyways,
I have to tell you,
yeah.
I went to an antique oh, sorry, go on, what?
No, no, go.
I went to an antique store, the other day, we were doing some shopping,
Uh-huh.
and there was a man who was there with his 2 young kids, and the one kid and I'm not joking, the one kid looked at this old typewriter, okay, and said and it was an old electric typewriter, so it wasn't even those old, those big black clunky heavy
Yeah,
iron,
yeah.
ones that they used to use in like 1920, This was like an electric typewriter that, we actually
Grade
probably
9
used when
typing.
typing class during high
Yeah,
school,
Miss
right?
Rutledge, I remember it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, exactly. She was my teacher too. So, the one kid says to the father, so he's looking at this electric typewriter and he says, "Well, where does the paper come out? Like, where's the printer?" And the father said, "Oh, there's no printer. You actually put the paper in and you actually have to write and it types on it." And they were like, "What?"
What the
Like it was just so
Yeah.
foreign.
It's
Yeah, talk
it's a
about
good,
feeling old.
intro. One of the other ones I saw was they have, like, Gen X and Gen Z tests, right? So, like, the Gen Xer is here, the
Mhm.
Gen Z is on the other side, and blocking them is like a door or something, so they can't see each other. and then somebody's asking them
Mhm.
questions like, "How would you answer a phone?" And of course, the Gen Xer is answering the phone, how we would pick up an old phone and put it to our ear,
Mhm.
whereas the Gen Zer
Mhm.
is, like, looking at it,
Mhm.
like you would an iPhone or whatever, and I'm like, "Oh, that's so funny." But yeah, a great intro to our next little segment of this
Yeah.
episode is the quiz. So we're gonna have to get that started now.
Yes.
All right?
Okay. Sounds good, sounds good. Bring it on.
All right. So now we're gonna get started with the Gen Z testing the Gen X. I had to, like, think of my alphabet there for a minute because I keep getting those confused. Um,
Well, welcome to the show, Izzy,
yeah.
Hi, thank you.
daughter of my non-loins.
Okay, so I figure the most fair way for this to work is that she'll pose it first to you, and then I'll get
To me.
yeah,
Okay.
because some of them I think I'll know just by nature of having 2 of them in my house. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so am I going to guess what they stand for, whatever these acronyms
Yeah,
stand?
you have to
Yes?
guess
Okay,
what
all
they
right, that's what
stand
I'm gonna do.
for, and then she's also in
Okay.
some cases prepared to, for you to ask to use it in a sentence. Okay?
Okay, can I ask one more question before we get started?
Absolutely.
If Auntie Bo says a bad word, how much trouble am I going to be in, CeeLo?
No fucking trouble. 0 trouble.
Okay. Okay. See, that's the good thing about being 16.
Yes,
A little bit more
absolutely.
freedom. Okay, all right.
Alright,
Okay.
start us off with a good one. What you got?
Okay, so the first word we have is Riz.
Riz?
Yeah, R-I-Z-Z.
Riz.
Mhm.
Okay. Is that to make fun of someone?
No.
Is it my
No?
turn? Can I
Okay.
go?
Yeah.
It's like charisma. It's your ability to flirt.
It's
What?
Yeah,
correct.
that's it. Yeah,
What? How does Riz mean something?
I think
Sorry,
yeah,
charisma.
it's
Is that
short
why?
for charisma, but yeah, it's your ability to flirt.
Mhm.
Your ability to flirt is
Mhm,
called Riz.
mhm.
So in a sentence, that would be
CeeLo has
CeeLo,
awesome riz.
awesome Riz.
There
Okay.
you go.
Yeah.
All
Okay,
right.
so the next one we have is It's Giving.
It's giving?
It's
Mhm.
giving.
Like it is giving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it means that's Izzy. Listen, this is just I quit. No, come on.
I quit. I know this one. How can you
Do
not
you?
Do you want
know
me to
this?
use it in a
Okay, use
sentence?
it in a
Yes,
sentence.
please. Yes,
Okay.
please.
Like, if I looked at something and I needed to describe it, I would be like, "Oh, it's giving rich. It's
Oh, like a
giving
vibe.
queen."
Yes, like a vibe.
There you
Okay, so like
go.
it's given off a vibe of some sort.
Yeah.
She used it
Okay,
so well
okay,
in a
okay.
sentence, she answered her own test.
You know what? I disagree because I just do. So just
So
shut up and let's go
when
on.
you show up for dinner in a nice big flower patterned blouse with your cane, it's giving old lady.
It's giving grandma.
It's giving grandma. Okay, what's the next one?
Okay, the
Okay.
next one we have
All right.
is bussing.
Busing. Is that to like take people around, like be like a designated driver or
Oh,
like a
that's a good one. I like that.
Stop laughing. I can see you guys both on camera. Okay, busing. Is that not? Okay,
I
so what is
love
it?
how creative you're getting with these
Okay.
answers.
I think that's a good one.
Mm.
Busing?
When you said it, I was like, I can remember Nathaniel like a year ago and saying something like it's bussin'. Is that like the
Yeah.
same thing, right?
Yeah.
Meaning
Bussin',
like it's a
bussin'?
good thing.
In what sense?
How is that?
Like,
Like
But explain that. I don't understand what bussin', how that would
it's
possibly
because you have
mean.
no riz.
uh, it
Bussin'.
basically, like, when you're eating something, you go, "Oh, this is bussin'."
So it's not just food
Is
though. It's not just taste good.
It's
It's just like something that's good.
mostly food, yeah.
Oh, mostly
Yeah.
food.
mostly food?
Okay.
This is bussin'?
Yeah.
Is this for real? And are these real words or are you just making this stuff up
No.
to
Sadly fucking real.
I hear this
Oh
every
my
single
god.
day.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, the next one we have is
Ugh.
ick.
Ick?
Mhm.
Okay, that's just gross. right? That means gross,
Total.
like nasty,
Come on.
like
Kinda.
What else could it possibly
It
mean?
means, like,
like
when you like somebody and, like, let's say I'm hanging out with somebody and they do something that I don't like, it gives me the ick.
But
yeah, okay,
against something
yeah,
specific, like
Yeah.
against a specific person.
Yeah.
It's not like you could have something to eat and say, "Ooh, that's ick." It's not the
No.
same thing.
No, like,
no,
if
it's
somebody
about
if
a
one of my
person.
friends was, like,
Okay.
picking their nose,
Mm,
I'd be like,
Oh gosh,
"Oh, that's giving me the
that's
ick right
ick.
now."
that's giving you the ick.
Yeah.
I would say, "Get your
Even
finger out your nose, you disgusting
even that
motherfucker."
story
Okay, go.
Okay, now
that
we
story
have
is giving me the
drip.
ick.
Drip?
Mhm.
Sorry, what's the next one?
Drip.
What? Drip?
Mhm.
Drip. Um,
Like you're being a drip
does
right
that
now?
mean what'd you say,
I said,
Siva?
like you're being a drip right now?
Yeah, I
Like
was gonna
being
say the
like
same
that?
thing.
Yeah.
You know what's
No.
coming into mind right now is the, Grease movie, with Olivia Newton-John and
Mm.
right? Can you see them saying, like, "You're such a drip"?
Yes, 100%. It's like it's got a 60s
Izzy,
vibe
do you know
to
what
it.
have you seen that movie, Izzy?
We went to go see the play,
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah, we saw
Oh,
the
okay,
music.
okay.
Yeah.
So you can see kind of what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
When I say that.
It means
Okay,
that
so
you have a good fashion sense.
oh, come on.
Oh, so when
Yeah.
How
I
is that
say to
even
Nathaniel, "Keep up the drip, my G," it's saying,
Keep up
"Keep
the
up the good
fashion.
fashion."
Yeah.
Oh. See, I use it, but I didn't really know what it.
what? Keep up the drip, my G.
Yeah,
What does G mean?
my buddy,
My guy?
my guy, my
Yeah.
buddy.
My guy.
So,
Okay, so
yeah, keep up
that
the
sounds
drip.
very kind of cool, actually. See,
Next
let's
time
say that again.
next time I
Keep up
see
the drip,
you,
my
keep
G.
up the drip, my
Okay.
G. Yeah.
Boom.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
So the
that's a
next one
good
we have
one.
is op.
Like OP, op?
Off.
OPP. Op.
OPP. You down with
Oh,
OPP? Yeah, you.
yeah,
Oh,
you know
the
me.
song? No.
No.
Okay.
No?
Different,
Okay.
different.
Like an
OP.
operation?
No.
Does it have anything to do with like police?
No,
Other
no,
people's property?
no.
Other hey, that's good. Other people's
You down with
Oppenheimer?
OPP? Hello, that's the song.
Yes, I know.
Okay. Other people's
No, I
property,
got
though.
it.
It's the acronym from the song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to use it in a
Yes,
sentence?
please.
Okay.
Yes.
My op is crossing the street.
My operative,
My
my
boyfriend, my girlfriend, my dog,
my
No.
my family member? No.
No.
Okay.
my op is crossing the street. My opposition. My my enemy?
My enemy?
Yes.
Enemy, nice!
Yes.
Let's
Okay.
Got
go. So
one.
someone
Wait,
that
I need
you didn't
prizes. I need prizes when I get something
Oh,
right.
we'll
I
get
need
you
a prize.
something that
Okay.
you like somebody that you don't like or like they don't like you. So you call them your
My
op.
op is crossing the street. Okay.
We used to keep it simple and just say, "Look at that bitch over there crossing the street."
Yeah. Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt.
Mhm.
Okay, the next one is Delulu.
Delulu. She's crazy.
Yeah, like
That person's
delusional.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. Okay.
Cap.
Like we were delulu when we thought we were going to get all of these right.
Yes,
We were
that's
very
perfect
Delulu.
sentence.
Okay.
Perfect
Okay.
sentence.
I just want to use that.
Cap.
Okay. What cap? Like
Mhm.
CAP cap?
Yep.
And I'm assuming it does not mean hat.
Yes.
Cap. Is it captivating? You're captivating? You're captivating? You're
No.
captain and Tennille, captain of my team. I don't know.
I'll cap your ass. No, like somebody is shot.
I feel like you know this one. I feel like you've used it in the past.
Oh, really? But
Mhm.
like I used to say, "Keep up the drip, my G," and I didn't know what drip meant. So there's
True,
that
true.
cap. Okay, give it to
Okay,
me.
cap means it's not true.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's not true. So use that
So,
in a sentence.
if like my friend tells me that they're gonna get an 100 on their math test, I'll go, "That's cap," because
okay.
I know they're
But
bad at
what does
math.
that stand for? It doesn't make any sense. Why
I
cap?
don't know.
Okay.
Maybe somebody was trying to say crap, like that is crap,
Mm.
and they, and they had
Yeah.
a list for
Uh,
something.
Yeah.
yes, yes. Okay, that
Right?
must be what it is,
That's
though. Okay.
crap. No.
That's
Okay.
yeah, I
No.
think that's it.
Okay, I'll remember it that way.
Okay.
Simp.
Simple.
Oh, I feel like I know this
No,
one.
you do.
No. Simp.
This
Simp.
is a slutty girl.
No.
Oh,
What?
This
Simp.
is a girl who flirts with boys.
No.
Oh no, that's the other one.
That's just a horror, CeeLo. I'm kidding. Simp.
I
Can you
can
use it in a sentence? Yeah.
So my friend is being a simp for their crush.
A simp.
My friend is being a simp, like immature, like a freak,
No.
for their crush. I
Oh,
don't
like
know.
being fake?
No. It means, like, you'll do anything to get their attention. You just,
Oh,
like, you'll buy them flowers even if they don't
Simp?
like you. Like, you're basically a stalker.
okay.
Yeah.
So simp is just shy of stalker.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're
So
not,
it's not like
you're not following them home,
okay.
but you're sending them love letters.
Okay.
I don't understand how these words get created, though, if there's no, like
Yeah,
how do these words get created?
honestly.
How did you learn these, Izzy? How did you learn them? Just, I
I
guess, through friends
Yeah, I
and through
just hear them around school, and I pick up on them, and I just say them a lot.
Okay, do you do actually use these words?
Most of them,
Like
yeah. Some of them are
okay,
old, like, from, like, COVID, that aren't used anymore.
that's so old.
No.
Yes, yes.
Ancient. Back in the
You know
ancient
what,
COVID
CeeLo?
days.
You're a simp. You're a simp, Rizzy G. Whatever, okay, go on.
Okay, we're moving on before you
We're
say
moving
anything
on.
else.
Okay, go.
Sus.
Oh, I know.
Suspect, right? Like,
Close.
that's suspect.
That's total
That's, like,
suspect. Don't say close.
Suspicious.
Don't be
suspicious.
suspicious.
Okay.
Don't be
Okay,
suspicious.
then
Okay,
we
go.
have slay.
Like, you really like, you totally did it. Like, you totally
You pulled it
slayed
off.
it. Like
You are
yeah,
awesome.
pulled it off. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
You are
Okay.
slaying that fit.
Alright.
The
Perfect.
That means
fit?
your outfit is awesome. You're
Oh
slaying
my
your fit.
Yep.
gosh.
Okay.
You're slaying that fit.
Yeah,
Okay.
total.
This one kinda goes in with it, but, 4 + 4 = 8.
Math?
I was gonna say that is grade 2 math.
Nope.
4 + 4 = 8.
Yep.
You're summing it up. You're oh my gosh.
You really have to
CeeLo,
think on this one.
your Riz is 4 + 4 = 8, G. I don't know. I don't know. Can you use it in a sentence?
Um,
Or would it give it away?
it would kind of give it away.
Okay, so give it away.
So,
Yeah.
it's basically means, like, you did something really well. So, a lot of people just say ate, like, you ate up with that outfit. But
Okay.
it's starting to be either 4 + 4 = 8
Oh, I
or
see.
2 to the power of 3.
Oh, wow. Seriously?
Yeah.
Instead of saying,
You
"You're
just look great
awesome."
today?
Yeah, I'm like,
People will comment under, like, their friends' social media posts saying, 2 to the power of 3.
wow, I'm gonna need to look
That
that up.
and that's what
I
that
feel like
means.
I've
Like,
gotten a bunch of those recently, and I didn't know what it meant, and now I do, so that's good.
Boom.
Boom.
I think they're lying to you,
Boom.
CeeLo.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay,
You're an 8.
now this is left no crumbs.
Left no crumbs.
Like, lapped it up, like, ate it up, like,
Ate it
loved
up.
it so much. Yeah,
Ate
ate
it
it
up is
up.
pretty
So is it
close.
dealing with food? Or is
No.
it something
8
sexual?
as in, like, 4 + 4, not eating.
Oh, okay, like they lapped it up, like they kicked it, like they they looked so good. Help me here. Am I on the right track though? Yeah.
Yeah, it just means,
Okay.
like, they did really well.
Okay. They
You lapped it up. You're lapping
lapped
up
it up.
this quiz.
Yeah.
Bo, you're
Mm.
lapping up the
Mhm.
4 times 8 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8.
Okay, go.
Okay, we're gonna
Riz.
go
I can't remember any of the other words. I
birds.
keep going back to birds. Birds?
Birds.
Like as in like a flying bird? In plural?
Yeah,
Birds?
birds.
Okay, so birds. Girls?
Yeah, that's right.
Does it really?
Yeah, good job.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay, great. Okay,
Okay,
birds.
we have puck bunnies.
Puck bunnies?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like Puck.
Yep.
Puck.
Like hockey
bunnies.
puck.
Bunnies. Puck bunnies. I just I mean, is there a sentence or would it give it away?
There's a lot of puck bunnies in the arena tonight.
A lot of like girls that are like totally into watching the boys play the hockey game.
Yeah, and they get all
Yes?
dressed
Okay.
up, and they don't even know who's playing or the rules.
But they're just there to look like really pretty and like
Little
get everybody
a
to look at
gaggle
them.
of
Okay.
girls who like hockey players, puck bunnies.
Got it.
Okay, so I have 2 more. We have dustpan.
Oh,
Dustpan. Is that like somebody is so unworthy that they're like a dustpan or something? I don't know.
Close. Do you have a guess?
Close?
I'm like,
Close?
it's like when
CeeLo?
something's dust. If I say you're dust, then
Yeah,
it's like you're
Nothing?
yeah,
you're
nothing.
you're really
shitty.
bad at
You're bad at
sports.
sports.
Yeah.
So like you're a dustpan at like me, for example, I'd be a dustpan at like swimming. Trust me, your mom tried to teach me and it did not work well, right? CeeLo, do you remember?
Total. Yes, your swimming skills are dust.
Yes.
You're a
Okay.
dustpan.
Dustpan?
You're a magical floater, though. Magic.
Yeah, right? And I can swim underwater great,
Yeah.
but we digress. You see what happens, Izzy,
Moving
when
on.
we get together talking? We digress constantly. Okay,
Okay, last
next
one we
one?
have is cooked.
Cooked.
Mhm.
Oh,
Like
like
done.
when you
Like
see
I'm
somebody's
done.
cooked here. On all the Instagram things, I see that all the time when someone's done something really well.
Okay, that's like the
Oh.
old definition.
That's an old
That's like last month,
2 whole
CeeLo.
years ago old, okay? We have to move on.
Okay. So cooked.
Yeah.
You were just told, CeeLo, you've got to move on. That's 2 years ago. You are definitely not risen this
I'm totally
dustpan.
I'm dust.
No,
G?
you guys are
Okay.
dustpan right
Yeah.
now.
Total dust.
We are a dustpan.
You're
Okay,
not
sorry. What was the
plus
last one?
4.
Mm-hmm.
Cooked.
Cooked. Like done. Like that person's like done. Like
Pretty
they
close.
are, yeah, like they have,
Right off.
like they're
Dead to me.
Not
cooked.
necessarily dead to you, but like I would say, "Oh, I'm cooked for this math test."
Oh,
Like
you're-
I'm not gonna
Like you're-
do well.
yeah.
I'm gonna fail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That makes
Okay.
sense.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good one. Well,
I would
yeah.
I would like to thank you for making me feel really stupid, Izzy, but that's okay.
Anytime.
You're loud.
I
You're
have
loud.
more on my list, so
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
In 6 months, all those things will mean something completely different. And I'll say Riz, and she'll laugh at me because I'm so old school. And meanwhile,
so last week. You gotta keep up.
So last week.
Yeah.
I'm so last.
Okay, so I have to say something here. I don't even remember any of these words anymore. Like this is how old I feel. Like, can you write these on a list and then I'm going to try to use them in a sentence?
Yeah.
All of them. Maybe I should challenge myself and try to use
All of
all of them in a sentence at the beginning of our next episode.
Yeah, you could totally
Write
do
a
that.
short story.
Just start
Yeah,
using them.
using all those words. Okay.
Use them
Izzy,
in
you
your
got to send me those
day-to-day
words.
life. Use them at work. Use them with
Okay, no.
use them in your day-to-day life, and it'll start to become like natural.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. No problem.
Keep up the drip.
Izzy, send me those lists.
I will.
Yeah, I definitely am old. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. Bye.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's a wrap.
Thanks for taking a seat at the table today. We love our dinner guests.
Don't forget to subscribe and follow The Dinner Agenda on the podcast platform you use so that you don't miss any new episodes. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook at The Dinner Agenda.
We look forward to hearing your comments, questions, and even ideas you may have on future episodes.
Thanks for taking this journey with us.